Welcome back, guys. Today we are gonna do the practical of computer networks, which is your SEM 3 practicals, which is from your BSc IT SEM 3 practicals. And today we are gonna do the OSPF practical in computer networks. So what we are gonna do is first we'll understand what is OSPF, and then we will start the practical on it. Okay, so as you can see, I have written a small statement about the OSPF. OSPF stands for Open Shortest Path First. Open Shortest Path First, as the name suggests, guys, Open Shortest Path First, it is the routing protocol that shortest path. It actually uses the linked state routing algorithm, which helps it to find the least cost path to be choose to be chosen, so that it can route the packet, that is data, from sender to receiver. Okay, so why it finds the least cost path? So that the packet can be received by the receiver from the means it can route the packet from sender to receiver faster and at the least cost. Okay, its metric is cost. You will get the more knowledge about it into your further sense. So till now you have to understand this much only about the open shortest path first algorithm. So we are going to do the practical on it. All you have to do is you have to take these two routers. First we'll create the topology. Okay, so first we'll take these two routers. um just a second. Yeah, we'll take three routers actually, and we will take two PCs, one and two. Okay, now we will connect these routers using the serial connection and using the this wire, that is, just a second, using this wire copper crossover we'll connect the PCs to the routers. So first let's connect PCs to the routers. Always I say, assure the ports you are using while connecting the devices. Otherwise, when you will be doing the practical and configuring the IP addresses, it might get mistaken. You might mistake while entering the IP addresses, and then the topology will not work. You will not be able to ping from PC0 to PC1. So all you can also do one thing. You can go to view. Sorry, you can go to this options. You can go to then preferences, and you can click this. After clicking this, what happened? Port numbers are shown now. Okay, so you can off, you can on. See, the ports number are shown to you. So other things also can be enabled, so you can do that. Okay, whatever the requirement of yours. So let's first connect the devices. Okay, so I connected the PCs to the routers. Let's now connect the routers, but as you know, we are not having the serial ports. To have the serial ports, we'll go into this. We will go into the, we'll zoom this in, and then we will power off the router. We will add this, we will add this or this. From both you can do. You can check also. See, serial ports will be added. See, single serial port. Let's add this. Two serial ports will be added. Okay. Then after this, make sure you power on the router again. Okay. Do it in all the three routers. Sorry. Yeah, so let's use this serial DCE, or you can go with this also, but I'm going with this serial DCE connection. Okay, yeah, so we are connected now. Let's let's add the addresses. I'll first label it for you so that you will not be confused then what addresses I'm using. IP address I'll use here is 10.0.0.2, and the gateway, the default gateway, the address we are going to configure here will be the default gateway for this PC from where it will go out. Okay, so here I'll be using 10.0.0.1. Okay, yeah, this gateway usually has one address at the end. The first address is given to the gateway. Then next here, IP 20.0.0.2 we will give it to it, and DG will be, that is gateway, default gateway will be 20.0.0.1. Okay, so here I'll use the addresses as 192.168.1.1, the gateway for this, and here I'll use 192.168.1.2. Okay, and here I'll use 192.168.2.1, here 192.168.2.2. Okay, so let's configure these addresses into the PCs. Here I'll go into the PC, into the desktop, into IP configuration. I'll put up these addresses, 10.0.0.2. Yeah, this will be its gateway, but you are actually having a classful and classless concept. So if you will do this 255, if you will make it like this, no, then this will be classless address, or means you have, this is the class A address 10, so you have converted it to class 3 address, class C address, I mean. Okay, so now it is entirely a different concept. You will understand it later, or I'll make you understand if you mention in the comment section if it is required for you. So now, for now, we have understood. We have understood this much, and we have entered these addresses for configuring. Now let's go to PC1, and let's put up this address. Okay, yeah, so now let's do this. In config tab, you have to go to this. You have used fa0/0, so you will go here, and you will put up the gateway address here, which will be the IP address for this port for this router. On this port, we are using the GUI configuration. Into the previous videos, I have explained you what is GUI and what is the CLI configuration methods. So now here we are using the GUI configuration, 192.168.1.1. See this port, I'm in this port, see, and I'm configuring this address. Okay, so on the port. Okay, so close it. Now we will go into the config tab, and we'll go into this. You can see for this side I have used 0/0, so I'll put up this address 192.168.1.2. Yeah, yeah, these are things. And for this side, that is this one, 192.168.2.1, and this will be the subnet mask and on the port. Okay, you can see these are becoming green, so means the configuration is well. Okay, so let's go to config fa0/0, see this port, and here I'll put up this address, which is 20.0.0.1, and IP address will be 255.255.255.0, and on the port. Then serial port 192.168.2.2. See this site address, and on the port. Okay, subnet mask comes automatically. Yeah, so according to these green dots, the IP configuration is well. So now the packet should get transferred, right? But it will not. You can see failed. Okay, I have also told you into the previous videos that you can go like this. Here it is successful. Here it is failed. Why it is not working? Okay, might first time it get failed, might second time it would be working. See, it is failed now also. Deleting these all. Yeah, why it is not working? Because these are entirely into the different networks, and router is basically used to connect different networks with each other. And for this we have to configure this protocol to it. Either we configure the IP route, which is static routing, either we configure the default route, which is also comes under the routing, static routing. Either what we do, we use RIP, which we have already done, and either we use this OSPF. So let's do this in OSPF. I've already told you least cost path is chosen, or it also actually what happens to guys when you are connected to multiple routers. For example, you are having one router here also. So first, for example, OSPF chosen this path, that from PC0 it is going from here to here, then here to here. But I have disconnected it from here. Then what it will do, it will wait for 40 seconds. OSPF will wait for 40 seconds, then it will start finding another path, and it will get this path from here. Whatever router I have kept here, it will go from to here, and then it will go to here. It also does this. You will come to know these entire concepts in your further semesters. Okay, so till now this much is enough. So let's go in this router and let's configure OSPF. For configuring OSPF, you have to go into the CLI mode. You have to actually it is coming into the config if mode. This is global configuration mode, and you have to exit it from here. It is if mode, means you are into this serial interface mode in this. So you have to exit it from here. Again you have to exit it. Let's enable it. Is enabled. You have to go into the config T mode, config terminal, configuration terminal, and then you have to enable OSPF. For this the commands are router OSPF, then OSPF ID, which I can give as 100. Okay, whatever number you can give. It has specified limit. You can give it to 6,000 something, and actually it is more than that. You will come to know these all things. Till now you can give any smaller ID, and enter. If you will let me know into the comment section, I will explain you the entire concept of the OSPF, RIP and these routing protocols. But till now, how much it comes into your syllabus, I am telling you. Okay, so router OSPF 100. Now see guys, through this router, how many networks are connected? Two networks, okay, from here and from here. And these two networks are, first is 10.0.0.1 or 192.168.1.1. Okay, so what we'll be doing, we will specify here as network, then we will specify 192.168.1.0, 0 at last, or 0 here means it is a network address. Okay, um, yeah, so we will use the subnet mask, wildcard mask actually, which is the reverse, which is the opposite of the subnet mask. So our subnet mask was 255, 255, 255.0, that is 255.255.255.0. Now what we'll be doing, we'll use opposite of it, means 0.0.0.255. This is wildcard mask. Okay, then area space 0, this is the area number we have to give. Okay, enter. Then we will, I pressed upper key arrow, and I will just change the other network's ID here, which will be 10.0.0.0. As I have told you, the network address we have to insert, so this IP's network address will be this is the class A address, means the host bits will be 3 last. Class B means these two will be the host bits, so these two will be 0. Then if the class C, which is this address, and then the last number, last digit will be only 0. So here we have entered the second network address for the OSPF, and we'll do exit. You can do WR, so that it will be saved into your memory and this configuration will not be removed. And okay, so to check, you have to go into the enable mode, and you have to write show IP root, enter. See, till now it is not showing you, till now it is just showing you the connections. These are the connections. See, you can see connections for static, this S will be shown. For EIGRP, this is the another routing protocol. D will be shown. For OSPF, O will be shown. It is not showing because it might take some time. Okay, so you can do one thing, you can use show IP protocols. If you are not known to any of the spelling or other, the protocol full means spelling, or if you don't know the entire command, you can press the tab and see entire may come. See, I am writing PR, then I'll press tab. See, entire name came na, so it might come by itself, it will come by itself. Enter. See, OSPF 100 protocol is enabled on this router, and it will show its networks also and area also. Okay, so close it. Perform the same for router 2. See, now here networks are these 192.168.1.0, 192.168.2.0. Okay, then the other one is 2.0. Okay, so this might happen with you also. Do not worry guys, write the command again. Okay, if you enter the wrong address now here, you can do one thing, you can press upper arrow and specify no at start. Okay, so it will be removed. Okay, so I'll exit it from here, and what I'll be doing is I will be pressing do WR, then exit, then show IP root. See, it is showing you the root. Okay, it is showing you the one side root only guys, because here on this router I have not enabled it yet. Or you can use show IP protocols. See, see these networks. You can use show IP, just a second, IP OSPF neighbor. See, it is showing you the neighbor. It will be it will show you till now this only. When I'll enable it on this router as well, the OSPF on this router as well, it will start showing you this side configurations also. Okay, so either you can use IP OSPF neighbor to see its neighbors, and you can use this show IP protocol, that is which protocol is enabled on this router, or either you can use show IP route. Here also using this O, it will show you the OSPF configuration. Let's do it on router 3, that is router 1. Guys, this is router 1, 2 and 3. You can change its names also. Either I can say router 0, router 2, router 1. Okay, I'll change its name so that you should not get confused with it. I'll make it R1. See, host name. This is the command to change the name of the router. Here I'll make it as R2. Here I'll make it as R3. Okay, so we'll enable the OSPF on R3 now. CLI mode. See, now we are in config tab, so it's okay to perform these to perform the OSPF configuration here. Okay, router OSPF 100 network. Yeah. See, these two networks we will specify 192.168.2.0 and 20.0.0.0. So 192.168.2.0, 0.0.0.255, area 0. Enter. No problem. Okay, enter. Exit. Let's save the configuration using do WR. Then exit. Then we will be doing show IP route. See, two are showing, two configurations. Let's do show IP protocols. See this. Okay, let's do show IP OSPF neighbor. See, here it will show you one neighbor only, because for this router this is the one neighbor only. Okay, so let's close it and open this and perform the, just a second, exit. See, now two neighbors it is showing. First is of this side, other one is for this side. See, then you can perform this IP OSPF protocols. See, gateway, everything it will show, distance, last update, everything it will show. Routing for networks, area, path. Okay, let's do, just a second. Earlier it was showing you IP route as one only, na? It will show you now two. See, okay, let's close this, open this, CLI mode, exit from configuration mode. We'll be into the enable mode. Do, just a second, perform this IP show IP route. See, two are there. OSPF. See, okay. Now you will do show IP protocols. See, okay. Now you will do show IP OSPF. Okay, OSPF neighbor. See, one will be shown here because it has only this one neighbor. Okay, see, here is the address 1.2. Here also in neighbors the addresses are shown to you. Okay guys, so let's try to ping from PC0 to PC1. You will go here into the command prompt. You will write ping 20.0.0.2, which will be the IP address for this PC. Enter. See, it's replying you. We got the replies. First it shown us timeout. It happens for the first time. Then when you do it second time, for the first time also it will not happen. Okay, so all the packets are routed properly. No loss. See, zero loss. Let's try to ping from PC1 also. Ping 10.0.0.2. See, as I have tried to ping from PC0 to PC1, now PC1 will be able to reach to PC0 easily. Okay, let's try to route the packet. See, it's successful. So we are done with the OSPF practical also. Guys, hope you understood this practical. If any doubt, I always say in every video that please let me know into the comment section below. I will surely try to solve your doubts. Hope you found this video knowledgeable. Into the next video we will be doing some else practical of BSc IT, and till then if you found this video knowledgeable, please like, share and subscribe, and press the bell icon to get more such videos. Till then, bye bye guys, have a good day, see you in the next video.